Welcome to Arena Football 1's Week 2 clash between the red-hot Albany Firebirds and the road-tested Southwest Kansas Storm. The Firebirds were playing their first game of the season while the Storm came in riding the momentum of a 2-0 start. Let's just say things did not go according to Kansas's forecast. The Firebirds wasted no time setting the tone, literally, with a deuce on the opening kickoff from Henry Nell. But the Storm answered with a strong opening drive led by quarterback Jalen Morton, who punched in the first touchdown of the game. Early on, this one looked like a back-and-forth battle. Then, Albany's offense caught fire. Quarterback Sam Castronova started carving up the Storm defense, connecting with a deep rotation of receivers. Duane Brown made his presence known in a big way, hauling in multiple touchdown passes, including a 45-yard bomb that left defenders chasing shadows. The Firebirds' defense started getting comfortable too, forcing stops and making life difficult for Morton and the Storm offense. Albany's defense took center stage after halftime. Wortham and Markus Smith each jumped routes and took interceptions back for touchdowns. Morton continued to fight, showing off his legs with some big runs and extending plays, but he was under constant pressure. The Storm just couldn't string together enough consistency to claw back into it. With the game in control, Albany put in backup quarterback Robert McCoy Jr., who picked up right where Castronova left off, tossing a touchdown to, who else? Duane Brown. The Storm, coming off back-to-back road games and a long travel schedule, looked worn down as Albany kept piling it on. The Firebirds arrived fashionably late to the season and immediately lit the place up. They dominated the scoreboard 78-20.
It was the Albany Firebirds' first game of the season, and they came out fired up. Sam Castronova went 15 for 22, throwing 7 touchdown passes and ran for an additional touchdown. He completed those 7 touchdowns to 4 different receivers, including Duane Brown, who had 78 yards and 3 touchdowns himself. The defense was fired up as they held Southwest Kansas to only 20 points. Everybody was flying all over the field, including Mike Lee, who always seemed to be at the right place at the right time. The defensive line pushed the offensive line around, and it was led by Ezekiel Rose and Harold Love, who made the quarterback for Southwest Kansas uncomfortable all game. And the defensive backfield was on fire, as well as Derek Jones had an interception, and then Wortham and Markus Smith both had a pick six. Albany hits the road to Nashville next week, and they will look to stay fired up.
It was a tough night for the Southwest Kansas Storm Friday night, falling to the Albany Firebirds 78-20. This one wasn't really close after the first couple of scores. A few positive takeaways for the Storm, though. Once again, Jalen Morton looked good on the ground, racking up 88 rushing yards, not being afraid to sacrifice his body. Also got some reps from backup quarterback Jarius Grissom. Coach Thomas has referred to him as a Swiss Army knife, so maybe we'll see more action from him. He looked pretty good. Southwest Kansas Storm just traveled over 5,000 miles in 6 days. They played 3 games in the last couple of weeks. They were getting a little bit worn down and tore up, so now I think it's going to be good. Head home, have a little bit of a rest. They don't play until next Sunday night, where I expect to see them back in full action and looking like we saw them the first 2 weeks.
Be sure to catch all the Arena Football action on Evergreen Now all season long. Download the app on your Roku, smartphone, or other connected devices. Also visit our website, www.theaf1.com, and follow us on social media at AF1 Football for all of the most up-to-date information and coverage.